Welcome to the Dr. Joe Show. Once again, we're back, and we have some great cigars to look at. I'm Joe, and I'll be hosting, as usual. And we're going to look at some cigars today. We're going to talk about regional editions. I know we've seen these cigars before. We've seen, not the ones I'm going to show you. You haven't seen these before. We've seen regional editions before. If you remember the Gloriosos, looked at those, very nice. But we haven't really gotten into what the regional editions are and what to expect when getting a box of regional editions, because they will take them. So let's talk about that a little. Number one, regional editions are Cuban cigars made for certain regions to be distributed to those regions in the world. Way back when, they used to make, it really all started with London, with something called EMS, English Market Selection. Cuban cigars were specially made for certain regions, the way certain regions liked their cigars, mostly. Mostly in the UK, the British liked lighter colored cigars, which became known as English Market Selection cigars. Just like in America today, a lot of people prefer, not everybody, but the majority, a lot of people prefer bigger 60 ring gauge cigars or short 60 ring gauge cigars. So regional editions are specially made for certain parts of the world, based on what those people like in their cigar. Regional editions are among some of the most limited Cuban cigars made today. Besides the books and the jars, they are one of the most collectible things you can acquire as far as Cuban cigars are concerned. And, in my humble opinion, they are among the best quality cigars made today. A few things about that. Number one, you have a lot of new cigars coming out, Limitadas, regional editions, but there aren't really any new growing fields. Okay? So where are they getting this tobacco? Well, they have to take it from the tobacco they use in their general production cigars. Okay? And when you make a $1,000 box of Por Larranagas, you're going to take the best tobacco you have. So a lot of the really good tobacco is not just going into the general populace of Partagueses and Romeo and Juliets. It's coming into the regional edition cigars. Okay? The regional edition cigars are the only cigar boxes that are actually numbered. That when they say we're releasing 1,200, that's what they release, 1,200, and each box is numbered with a gold medallion. Unlike the edition limitadas that are so-called limited, they are not numbered. Okay, and if you've noticed, they are, there are boxes around from, there are boxes around from 2003, but you can easily find 2008, 2009, 2010 limitadas, edition limitadas. They're so limited, what the hell are they still doing for sale? Here's another reason for that. I have a little thing I say to people, and a lot of people agree with me. Some don't, but this is it. I have not yet smoked an edition limitada that I actually like. Okay? Yeah, 2-year aged wrapper, whatever, blah, edition blah, limitadas, they're just 2-year aged wrappers, yeah, great. But a lot of times those wrappers, they're thick, they don't burn well, they don't taste good. Go even 1966, $600 for a box of 10 cigars. It wasn't even a good cigar. A lot of people gave it a great review, blah, 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 because, yeah, you spent the money and you don't want it to be bad. But let me tell you something, really not that good. Tatuajes Cajones, 2003, especially, and far better cigar. Okay? Why would you spend $600 on this box when you could get a box of Escondidos that are outrageous for that kind of money? And if they're so limited, why aren't they numbered? Again, really, remember, markets. We aim at markets. These cigars, these edition limitadas, are aimed at a certain market that really shouldn't even be getting these cigars in the first place. The double bands, the fact that they're limited, the dark wrappers, the big ring gauges. Who do you think these cigars are aimed at? Okay? You want a good cigar, a cigar that will never go down in value, a cigar that's truly limited, a cigar that uses the best tobacco in the world, a real Cuban cigar. These regional editions are phantasmal. Okay? I don't know if you've ever got to try the new Florida Cano Regional Edition UK. Unbelievable cigar. Oh my God. that, what was it, Status, was it, this Regional Edition Italia. They're bringing back some old discontinued brands. It's not Status Deluxe. Anyway, unbelievable cigars. So today, we're going to take a look at regional editions, and because they're so limited and because they're so expensive, of course, someone will try to fake them. So we're going to look at what exactly to look for when getting a box of these. Listen, I'm not special. Eventually, you're going to be able to open the box, smell it, look at it, and say, you know what, this is real. But in the beginning, it's nerve-wracking. I know. You start thinking everything is fake. It gets very crazy. You have to trust your sources. That's the number one thing. Work with the people. Don't just order them. Talk to the people behind the site. Learn who you're dealing with. Learn the names in the game. Eventually, you'll have a network of connections so great that you'll never have to deal with even worrying about getting a fake cigar. Okay? These regional editions, my God, are they good. And like cigars that come from different factories in Cuba, the regional editions, too, can be of different quality depending on who produces them. For instance, Hunters Frankau produces the UK Regional Edition cigars, and their cigars are always dynamic, always amazing, always complex, great tobacco, and the presentation and the way they roll, pack, everything. Hunters Frankau is on the money. There are other producers like in Pfeiffer for China, we saw for the Boulevard jar. There are a lot of different producers, every regional edition cigars for Spain, and then there are ones called Benelux, which means Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, or Belux, Belgium, Luxembourg. So it can get a little confusing. But remember, every regional edition cigar is always numbered. It will have a gold medallion on it that will tell you box number out of how many they made. The standard is 2,000. Sometimes they make 2,500. Sometimes they only make 1,200. That will be determined on that medallion. The more limited the box, the more expensive the box. That's usually the general rule. A box of regional edition cigars online for under $500–600, I would wonder about it. Okay, these are expensive cigars, very expensive cigars, and they start at around 25 cigars for $500. There are some regional editions, boxes of 10, but those are usually like the Hique status, like $400 for a box of 10. It gets expensive, but it's worth it because these cigars, not only are they the best tobacco on earth, not only are they the best Cuban cigars you can imagine, but they are also very, very desirable and collectible amongst aficionados. Certain ones that aren't available now are already going for 33% more, 40–50% more than their original retail price. So, really, this is the best place to put your money. Whether you're going to smoke them or save them, it's really the best place to put your money. Besides jars and books and things like that. So, without getting into too much more, we're going to take a look at a couple of boxes I got of regional edition cigars. And these happen to be UK regional editions from Hunters Frankau. The best of the best, my friends, and only the best, as always. These cigars are incredible. Before I get started, and before we get into the whole fun part, do leave comments. Let me know what you think about these edition limitadas and these regional editions versus the regular cigars versus each other. Let's give me your opinions. And you know what? If you bought a box for $600 or something, and you're telling yourself you like it because you spent the money, and you know in the back of your head you don't really like it, be honest with yourself, because that way next time you may get something you really do like. It happened to me. You don't want to get a box of $600 cigars and say, man, you suck. You want to like them a lot. You just spent $600 fucking dollars on these things. Sometimes money isn't everything, my friend. But you do get what you pay for in a lot of instances, and that is proven with these regional edition cigars. So, without any further ado, we'll get into it. I'm glad you're watching, as always. I couldn't be doing this without... Listen, if I did this and had one viewer, I'd probably have to stop. I'm really glad that I see so many people subscribing, so many people sending me comments. It's really a great feeling. But that's not why we do it. And you know what? the reason we do it is coming out within the comments. Somebody left a comment yesterday that really started expanding on things I've said and starting out. The more people watch, the more comments that are left, the more everybody will learn. Oh, that's what it was. When I received the Romeo and Julieta jar a while ago, I didn't know if it was supposed to come with cedar inserts. I thought they left them out. Somebody, thank you so much, verified for me that no, those jars, the Romeo, Petit Mundo, do not come with cedar inserts. They do, however, have a black foam thing between the lid to protect the cigars. I didn't receive that, but who cares? It's a black foam thing. So see, everybody learned something because of that individual who left a comment that verified whether or not you were supposed to get this with the jar. That's what we're looking for. That was the best feeling I think I ever had from doing this, period, is that new information was acquired, okay? And that is the tip, that's the base as a tip. The base of the iceberg is information that we don't know. And that's what we're going for, so we can build everything up. Anyway, take a look at what I got here. And do email me with any questions and any interest in these cigars. They are unbelievable, I assure you, and you're going to really enjoy this episode. It's well worth the watch. So, without any further ado, let's get into it.